Oh. Yay, it works. All right. Let's see. Kathy. Kathy. All right. It's going to get cold in here. Kathy, are you coming? Hold on. I can't see you yet. I can't hear you either. Hold on. So it says, I don't think your mic is working and your camera's not either, but it says it's on, which means that something is blocking it. So you'll have to figure that out. I'm going to message you on the bottom. So hold on, say hi. Yeah, I can't hear you. Okay. There is something blocking your mic and camera. Oh, I see you trying to do it. Okay. Oh. So there, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. We got an image. Hold on. If you can, oh, okay, I kind of hear it. You may need better internet. Is there a way for you to get on really good internet? Hold on. Yeah.
I've been having issues with the internet.
No. Okay. Yeah, I heard issue and internet. And so I know that you're having with that because Zoom is a really big program. Are you on I can't hear you at all anymore, and I think you may be able to hear me. Hold on. I'm gonna message you down on the bottom. Hold on. Try it on. Yeah, try it on your phone because your phone is smaller, so it takes up less bandwidth, but it still runs the program the same. So let's see that. Oh, I saw a shift in the picture. I know you're doing it. And go ahead just for, go ahead and get yourself out of this meeting because otherwise, here, I'll go ahead and remove you. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, okay, hang on. Let me remove that. I don't want to report that I removed you to Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, that's so much better. Oh,
Okay.
my gosh.
I was upstairs. I had my mom's dress and her glasses and stuff that she wore when she passed away. So I had that up in my room, but I think the Wi-Fi up there.
Yeah. So down here, it's a little bit weird too. So let's see how far we can get. Is there a way that you can get really close to the router? Or closer? So the only reason, so let me tell you why though. It's not because I'm being a butthead. It's because when I start to channel, I flow and I go really quick. And so if I'm pausing because I can't like get somebody to say yes, or I'm worried about it, I just get thrown off. It's like tripping on a bike and falling off. Okay. So, and I want to make sure. Okay. So I kind of heard that. Say hi one more time. Let's see if it works.
Hi.
Okay. We got that right. Let's see how far, let's see how far this can go.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm feeling right now. This is very interesting. Hold on. Where are we at? And then I'm going to tell you how I do this. Let me go and I'm going to get my mic over here for you. So number one, welcome in. I'm super excited. I'm very interested to see what happened here because this person feels angelic. They feel very, very good, which is, I usually deal with like a lot of like dark stuff all the time with people that I channeled. So this is kind of like a refreshing light thing for me. And can you hear me clearly all the way across the board? Is that okay? You can hear me correct? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay. So when, when we're channeling, what we're doing, you have to remember is that we're asking somebody's soul, we're asking their consciousness to come in and be a part of our lives for that little bit. When they show up, what ends up happening is that they're coming in because they love you. They're coming in because the connection that you have, not because of me. And so what they do is they write it on your love, but then we're asking them to like, hey, come on down and tickle her brain and make her understand what we're trying to say, right? In human words. And so when they do that, what they do is it's very light in here. What they do is they talk in 4 different ways. They talk in signs and symbols that mean one thing to me. They talk in feelings and emotions that come through and they can, have a whole nother story. They put me in situations that may have happened to them, happened to you, or will happen to you. And the last one is that I will just get words. They'll just show up, just like having a conversation. Most of the time, it's a combination of all 4. Now, the only thing that really limits me in channeling is the fact that whenever they're using my brain, they're taking my own experiences. They're taking the things that I've seen or I've read or I've done. And sometimes they'll put me in their body, but like if I haven't physically gone through something, then they're going to rely on maybe showing me a movie on it or something like that. So just be with me. Some things may be a little bit wacky, but I'll always walk you through like what is the clarity of it. The other thing is, I'm going to be not looking at you a whole lot. I'm going to be doing this. It's because I'm feeling why. I don't know what this says yet. There's a feeling that is going on in my head and it makes me want to cry in a good way. It's just love. And I know you want to talk to your mom, but all of your mom is saying that like, I want her to know that I watch after her. I want her to know that I've like been with her. I want her to know this. I go, okay. Hold on. How long have you been gone? She feels the angelic. She's not so much in her. I ask her about what does her body look like? What was going on? What's happening? And she goes, which either means that I haven't been alive for a while, or it could also mean too that like she doesn't want to show me that or look at it. And we'll go in to figure out what that means. The other thing is all I really need you to do during this whole thing is tell me, Amy, yes, that makes sense, or no, it doesn't, or just confirm or deny, because I want to see how far I can make them talk. Okay. What? Okay. And you have your own kids now?
Yes, I do.
They're older. Yeah. Cool. Okay. What? Oh, wait, no. Wait, okay. Do you have kids that are like, hold on, the best way I could describe it. Ooh, maybe you're not a grandma though. No, that's not a thing. Yeah, it's like, do you have like a kid that's like 6 or 7 years older than the other one or something? Or like there's an age gap there?
Yes, there is.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, cool. Yeah. She goes like this. She says, I watched this one that was newer and it's like, oh, I'm a new mom. I'm terrified. And then I watched the other one that's a little bit older, that we were older and we're like, okay, this is fine. So she's like watching these. She says that, oh, wow. But do you have 3?
I have 3 kids. Yes.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry. This is cool. Okay, so she's doing good right now. So this is really hard for them to do, especially in the beginning because they're learning how to talk to me. I go, so it's the oldest and the youngest, right? She goes, no. There's one more. They're like added in. I go, okay. She says, so we have 2 with one person and then 1 with another.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Is that a thing? Yeah, cool. Okay. That's what she said. Isn't this weird? I go, well, what about it? Is it all one or what? She goes, no, 2 were with one was with the other. I think the last one we have right now, we're like happier with that one. I don't know. We'll figure that out. You still seem, because she talks about you being happy. She says that, what? She tries to never leave her baby. So she tries to not leave you. She says that every baby that you have, she gives and will give to you. She does like this. I don't know how long. What? Mija. So girl, little girl. Okay. Really? Okay. How cool. Yeah. All I hear is,
so
I hear,
cool.
She goes, mija. And I'm like, little girl. So that means a couple of things for me. Number 1, it's endearing, but also number 2, this could mean that that maybe she always sees you as a little girl, or it could also mean that maybe the last time she saw you, you were a little girl. So we'll have to figure out more on that.
Yeah.
What? Tell me. Alternate reality. Oh, that's odd. She's talking about singing and dancing in a car. That's weird. But she's not a singing and dancing person. So I don't know what that means. Hang on. She says la 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 la. And I'm like, okay. She says that what? Maybe you do that with the kids. I don't know. What? Why are you gone? I know you're dead. I heard fatality. Interesting. She keeps reaching for your hand. She keeps like doing like this, like wanting to do like this. And I don't know. I think mom, what happened with you, bud? Can you tell me? She says, every day you come and you put on your outfit and you go to work. And she says, I want you to know that I'm with you every way. So never like get stuck staying in this area of sadness. What happened? You saw your mom dead. Okay, sorry. She says that I go, I'm sorry, I go, what happened to you? What happened to you? She says like she saw me and she shows me an image. This is my thing for them passing away, of an arm going like that. You know how they like fall. She says that she's not a bad person. She keeps like having confusion on it. Confused. She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, we'll have to. Hold on. Okay. You're not in New York City though. No. She makes me hear breaking concrete. And the only time I ever know that's a thing is I've read somebody from like 9/11, but there's no firefighters. And like it's a sign of the building coming down. But you're not New York. That's the whole. So I'm like, hold on. Because it goes, boom, 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 boom. She just pulled that sound out of my head.
Yeah, my heart's beating 100 miles an hour right now. It's like,
okay. Weird. Okay. Yeah. Don't. We're going to see now. This also could be something I've never experienced before as well. So she's trying to bring up all these other things. I don't know how. I have to say it's sudden. At first, she kept saying that her life was taken away from her. I was thinking it was a murder or something like that. But then there's no gun, there's no anything like that, because there would be a feeling going along with it that like we have to make sure this person is put in jail. Like there's none of that. She's confused about what happened, and she's talking about you seeing her. But at the same time, it's like my feeling for car accident. We don't crash into anybody else. Like nobody else is there, but she keeps bringing up vehicle. What? Hold on. You have a brother?
Yes, I have a younger brother.
Cool. Oh, you do? Okay. She keeps saying, she goes, and the brother, or Miho. She says,
yeah,
when some sort of chaotic thing, something chaotic happened. And she's confused. And I don't know if I've ever died this way before in my head. What are you doing? Hold on. The chaos and confusion almost feels like I've read people that have been in mass shootings, like in stores and malls, and like everybody's running around screaming. But it's not a mass shooting. Hold on. California. Are you California?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. She says California. And I was like, California.
See?
She says that. Yeah. Yeah. What? She keeps saying it's very sad. It's very sad. So I think it's some sort of like crazy thing that happened that I don't know how cars and concrete are involved, but I'm here for it. You're with her, but you don't die, which is weird. So it's like I don't know how that doesn't work. I don't know if there's a woman that helped her or if there's a woman that was just like with her. And there's a feeling of like how I wasn't alone. I don't know, but you're there apparently. She died instantly. And there's a ton of pressure. There's a ton of pressure.
Yes.
What was going on here?
We were in the 1989 earthquake in the Bay Area in San Francisco. Her best friend was in the front seat. My brother was in the back. My brother and I survived. They had to amputate my brother's leg. He slid under my mom's seat. Wow.
You were in the earthquake? I've heard we went to San Francisco last year. And I'm born in 88. And so we're reading the history on that thing. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. Y'all, she was in that.
That's how she was.
So what happened? Did like the car go in, or like, where are you at? Are you in a?
We were coming home from Alameda. We lived in Richmond. We had to cross through the Cypress structure, which was like there was a deck on top, and we were in the middle.
Okay.
So the earthquake hit at 5:07, and the top deck fell on my mom's car. It fell on my mom's car, and they said no one is allowed in there because of the aftershocks. But they called him a crazy man because he felt my hand. He looked in, heard me, like kind of like, and my hand was right there. My bracelet said Kathy on it, and he was holding my hand and said, honey, look at me, stay with me, I'm gonna get you out. And he looked at my brother, and he went and got help, and they were able to rescue me out first. And since they had to amputate my brother's leg, it took longer to get him out.
And they didn't survive. They couldn't survive. Nothing.
My mom and her friend passed away instantly.
But the friend was almost like an aunt type of person,
yeah,
correct?
Like it was her it was
best friend.
A best friend, yes. And
yeah,
my mom bragged her that day. She said, no, Yolanda, you're coming with us. You are coming with, not staying home. You're coming with us.
Yes, she's with this woman. She's talking about this woman, and it's like a sister. And she says like they left. And I'm like, okay, but I don't think she left you for quite I've never had anybody die in an earthquake. That's a new one for me. Oh my God, that's crazy that you were in that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Did the gentleman that like did the hand thing, did he pass?
Patrick, I think we had a little reunion, like we reunited with him.
Yeah.
Years ago, but he moved to Seattle, and I never got into him. No.
Really? Okay. If you can, what was he? He was like, what, maybe 40 at that time? How old was he?
Yeah, I think he was like 38, 39, around there. When we reunited with him at the news station, he brought his kids along, and his daughter was 9 and his son was 5. That was the age that my brother and I were when we were in the accident.
You were a baby. No wonder you're a mija. You're tiny at that point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how crazy. Wow. And how long ago was this with him? When you met him again?
Like in 2002. Yeah, like 2002. And I mean, it was like for the anniversary of the earthquake, they reached out.
Oh my God.
And we had an interview, and they surprised us with Patrick.
Wow.
It was just amazing. It was a blessing.
Amazing. Oh, okay. So this is what I'm going to say about that. They're talking about this gentleman, but they talk about how he's either like teetering on the edge of life, or like something went on with him. So I don't know. This would be one of my two things. Maybe he has like cancer and he's like on the edge, or maybe like it's people talking about this person. And so it's almost like if you can take a moment to like look him up, I would say do it. Okay. And I think your mom sent him. Like she was out of there. God sent him. Your mom sent him. It was a whole thing. And so she didn't let you die. But it's like, why? Why were you destined to be here without your mom? Why? That's what I want to know. And so that's what we're going to try to figure out right now. Okay. So let's see, while we're bringing it through, this is my favorite thing to do. So let's get into this. Hang on. And I want to see, what does she see in your life? Like, what's happening? Oh, what? Interesting. She just showed me all of these. Weird. Do you ever do anything for like kids, or like, do you work with kids?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to become a youth pastor at my church. On the weekends, I serve 3 services and I take care and do youth groups. So yes, I do. I work with kids.
That's cool. That's cool. This is what she shows me. Oh, she just showed me. It wasn't even, she didn't even say anything about children. She got like, back whenever, well, we were kids, I'm 10 years, younger than you, but we have that same experience in the 80s and 90s and like early 2000s, when they would get like the poster boards and you would put your fingerprints all over it, or you would do like crafts with like paper mache and bright colored like neon things. That's what she showed me. And I'm like, what are we doing here? And she keeps talking about teaching or educating kids and young adults. And I was like, but she's not a teacher, because you're teaching them about God, because this is what this is. She says that, tell me what? Your experience. Wow. Hang on. So what are you doing with that? Interesting. I am just going to tell you something really random, and maybe you can start adopting this and moving forward with it. I know you said you're doing youth group and stuff like that. You have a feeling about you that I would want you to like hop on social media or get in touch with like the troubled youth programs in like California or Texas or whatever, and be like the youth pastor for those kids that are in that area. And it wouldn't even be that you have to go to, I mean, you can go there, but it's like every single week you like get on camera and you're walking back and forth and you're talking to them about it. And then maybe once a month you go to the prison that these, 10 to like 18-year-old kids are, and you bring them back. And there's a thing about troubled youth.
That's
I don't know.
cool. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and you could do that. And then what ends up happening, okay, is that you use that as a way to like get on social media and you say, God save me, right, from this. Look what happened with me. Look at this. Look where I came from. Look at my tattoos. Look at this. And now I'm here to save you and let you know that he hasn't forgotten you as well. Right, because I won't forget you. You have a Leo quality about you, which is an energy that makes me go, ooh, I want you to get out there and like kick its butt and take its names at the same time. And so I don't know. I want you to think about that. I think they would really listen. And then what you do is you talk about it on social media. So you have it talking here, and then you do the actual things, and then you're walking back and forth, and then you go in, and that becomes a thing.
That's
I'm just
awesome.
gonna leave that there. Okay,
That's
think
awesome.
about it.
I want to share
Mhm.
something. June, my younger daughter, Julia, and I were doing
Yeah.
2 mission trips to Mexico and went to Phoenix. And we're going to be building homes for families. And wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to get, so think about that. You have a presence about it. Another thing too is like you could bring your daughter in with it, and y'all could do it together. That way you have a bigger pool. So start somewhere, do it, build it. Your mom would support you all the way. And I think it'd be really good. And so you'd be able to, do it for families in Mexico, but you'd also be able to get everyone, and I know a lot of kids that are in the cartel too. So I mean, it's the whole thing. Okay. Because I channel for their parents.
Okay.
Yeah, it's heavy. There's a lot of those youth that need to be brought back. Okay. Think about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I want to hold on. Let me go back over here with her real quick. What does she say? One. Ooh, are you still trying to pull your brother out of his shell? What's going on with him?
I've drifted myself away from my brother. I try not to be around him so much.
Yeah. He feels a little
just
dark.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's, troubling to me, because I've always told him, like, I always have your back. Like, come on, brother. Like, we're together under the cypress.
Mhm.
Like, I legit have your back. But it's like since he lost his leg, like I feel like he has a little bit of, how do you say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like resentment, maybe,
Yeah.
you know,
Resentment could be one.
and he
Yeah.
was a lot closer to my mom than it was mama's boy.
Really?
It was mama's boy. Like mama's boy.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, she just says, she goes like this. I go, what do you want to talk about? She says, like, my son. She says, he is in like a dark place. She says that he does not come around her or like that. That says, like, can you get closer to your brother? Is like that okay? Like that. She says, like, I'm really worried about his sanity, or like I'm worried about like his mental state. Another thing she showed me is like if somebody's like smoking weed a whole lot, like hardcore, and we get really, really, really in depth with it. She talks about how what they sing, somebody sings, you and your daughter must sing or something like that in the car. It must be a whole thing, or like, yeah, there's a, she's like, and they like back and forth. She's like, I'm here for that. She says, tell me what you were what? She likes this house. So this is a house y'all bought.
I just bought a house 2 years ago.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. The first one, right?
Yes, my first house.
Yep. She walks in my head. I go, what do you want to talk about? Where are we going? And she goes, tell her. I go, what? She says, I'm very proud of her for the house. She says the first thing she said was like, Mom, are you proud of me? Do you like my home?
Yes,
And she
I did.
says, yes. She said, yes. She knows.
I did.
She keeps sending you angels. She loves you. She's everywhere. Now, this is the whole thing. You know, we always talk about like God or source. Both of them are the exact same thing. We say like, I can't feel it. I can't feel it. Well, it's because they're around. It's around you all the time because you are it. Right. And so it's the same thing with your mom. You can't feel her as much. I know you can feel the love. It'll come in waves, but it's because she's there all the time. Okay. It's the whole thing. Hold on. I want to see what. Weird. Did we actually bury Mom? We didn't cremate her?
We buried
You know?
her and she's buried in Mexico. In Mexico.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Oh, how interesting. I said, with that amount of chaos to your body, I said, I bet they had to, cremate you. And she goes, no. They took me out. They put me in a box and they buried me. And I go, okay. And she says, like, all the beautiful flowers, all the beautiful things. So it must have been a very, very pretty, nice thing. She says that what? They couldn't get, hold on. No, you don't. Did somebody take part of her hair? You can't get her hair. What happened with that? Do you know?
I
Weird.
don't know. My brother and I were in the hospital. So my mom's sisters, they're the ones that helped my father get everything situated. Cause I was at one hospital, my brother was in another hospital. So, but I do remember that my dad told me that like a couple of days later, they went to the hospital and they gave my dad a box that they said that was the like last of her remains. So he ended up flying to Mexico, like trying to get there before they actually buried her so that could
go in with it. She goes like this. She says, okay, I've never had that before. I said, what are you doing? What's happening? And she shows me a tiny little, what would be almost like a box or like a little bag. And she says, and they gave it to him, or they gave it to her, and it had to be put, or it had to be buried, or it had to be put. So know that she knows about that. She's talking about how, with that, right? We already know that our wife's dead. We already know what happened. Our kids are going through this craziest thing in their life. And then somebody says, oh, BTW, I have more of your wife's body. I'm going to give it to you. Like, now you're having to relive that trauma over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's very difficult. One. Your dad and mom, they actually did love each other. Like they did actually. Yeah. I go, what about
my dad still my mom in his wallet and he's married.
Yes, he is married. Okay, that's what she's talking about. She goes like this. She says, "We're going to talk about that." I go, "Well, what about your husband? Did you love him, or was it just like you had to be together for kids?" She goes, "Oh no. No, I love him." And I go, "Good." And she says he was very sad that I left. And then he says, "But it's okay. He found love," which means with somebody else. He says that, "Do you have like much younger siblings than you?" From
Yes, I
him?
do. Yes, I do. 3.
Okay. She goes, "Wow." Okay. I go, "What about it?" I said, "What happened?" I'm sorry. This is so, I love to get the tea from your mom. I go, "Tell me about it, mom." I go, "What is it?" She goes, "Oh, but he didn't stop. He went like sex." Yes. And she goes, "Oh, what do we think about them?" They're okay. They're fine. They're not like a big part of our life. They as much, she says, "What? Who then? Who?" I tell you, you have to go back. Did your dad go back to Mexico?
He lives in Mexico
He
with his
does.
huh?
Oh, okay. This is what he says. She goes, I said, "So what happened after you passed over?" I said, "Why is your daughter and your son here? Did your husband stay here?" I'm like asking her the thing. And she goes, "Yeah, he stayed for a little bit, da 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 da." And he says there's some other woman that was coming in and like helping. I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's like a grandmother or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Oh, it was. Okay. And then she's just making me feel, and I'm talking. And I go, "Well, what happened now? Where is he at?" She goes, "Oh, they talk, but not so much because of his known family. He's in Mexico." I go, "Okay." He says that, what? What? Hold on. You're gonna try to get out there. Is like the next trip I mean, obviously you're gonna go down there to build houses and stuff, but where? She just said Sinaloa. She's not from Sinaloa.
She's buried. She's buried in
Sh-
Sinaloa.
Stop.
Oh, you
I
Sam.
know that's her. This is
Um,
weird. Okay, I do this all the time and it still freaks me out. I heard this is what I heard. Sinaloa. Like that. How interesting. Oh, I have goosebumps all over me. Hold on, give me a second. This is what channeling does. Uh, what? You're talking to an angel though. I mean, it's not bad. Well, what are you doing now? She says, I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm down here. Like there's some male. I think it's like a grandfather of some sorts. It's an older gentleman. He's dead." And she's saying like, "We're having a party. Like there's like cousins and stuff like that here. They're having a party, having a barbecue. Um, that's what they're doing um in heaven." And she goes, "Tell her she can't come yet. No, she has a lot to do, but when it's done, she will." I was like, "Okay, I'll tell her that." So she says that you can hear the dogs barking. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So apparently, tell me. Hmm. Not a whole lot of AC. It almost, I know she's in Sinaloa, but it's almost like maybe it used to be a village that she lived in, like a smaller little town. Yeah. She goes, "She's making me in my head feel what it's like to walk around on like what would be like a dirt street and hear like dogs whoa, 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 like that, but really distant." And she's talking about the smell of the air and how you get your corn masa in bags and you grind it yourself. Like it's a thing. And that's what she used to do. And there's fields all around us. Apparently there's, I don't know, I've never been to Sinaloa, but this is a pretty interesting thing. She doesn't go too far, the mountains are too far, but like you can see them in the distance, I guess, or something. She says that isn't this odd? She has this whole picture in my head. What? So what are you doing with her now? Be thankful for where you are. You'll get there. You'll get there. She's telling you that. She's talking about slow down and be thankful. She says that one. It's okay if you buy yourself something nice. She's just talking about you work very hard for it. You're doing a good job. Oh, you like purses. That's the whole thing too. She says, I go, does she not do that? She goes, oh no, you should see her. And I was like,
I
oh,
love her.
okay. Yes, that's the whole thing. She says that one. Huh? Are you like not speaking Spanish as much at all?
Not as much as I should be and
Should
could.
be. Yeah. She goes like this. I go, so what else does she do? Does she add anything else? Obviously, we're from Mexico, like we're Russian. And she goes, she doesn't speak Spanish really anymore. And I was like, can she like not do it? Did they like not raise her to? She goes, no. She can. She can. She just doesn't practice. And I was like, oh, okay. She says, that's fine. But it's like, keep these options open. She says that, oh, hopefully by Christmas it's not. Are y'all planning on going down there around Christmas at all?
I'm planning a trip and it might be sooner because my grandmother, her mother's still alive. So I want to
Oh.
in Sinaloa.
In
And then-
Sinaloa.
Sinaloa. Yeah.
Mhm. This is what she says. She says that I go, so she's talking about how dangerous the state can be. And I go, yeah, it is. It can be. Anywhere can be though, too, you know? And she says, like, just make sure you go before December. And she says, December, maybe something will be dangerous. I don't know. So like, I would even say what? Don't go in June. It's too hot.
Yes. Those.
Yeah, it's bad. That's what she says. She keeps showing me really tall grass and it's like blowing in the wind. I have no idea. It's like you can hear it. She's walking through it. So tell me about her. What were you doing? Working. He worked. Dad worked. Mom took care of the kids. So mom was being a badass. Okay. She says that she says you have much better fashion sense than her. She says, so you still have her shirts? You still have her actual tops? Did you keep those? Were you able to?
My aunt took most of her stuff, but like I said, I got to keep the dress that she passed away in. Like I got that stuff and her contacts, the watch she was wearing, her little purse.
Oh, I couldn't hear that. Really?
There, yeah, that's why I was in my room and I had all that, there. And
What?
I even told my morning, I said, you know what? I was gonna wear Abuela's dress today, but I think I'm just gonna leave it on the hanger. And she's like, whatever you feel, Mama. She's like, this is your time. Like you
Yeah.
deserve it. Embrace
Yeah,
it,
you
Mom.
do.
Like yourself. That's what I did this morning.
She's good. She's good. Yeah, she talks about how I go, so what does your daughter have of yours? I said, obviously this is, been since 89. And she goes, oh, she has which means, and she keeps showing me like shirt or like, what would that be, dress? And I go, really? And she goes, yeah, she can hold it. She's like reinforcing in my head that she does have this. She says that, what? I think it's interesting. I think the reason why your Wi-Fi was messing up on your computer was so that you conjured her up, you brought her in, you asked her to come in, but she didn't want you sitting with it because she didn't want you to remember her as just that moment.
Makes sense.
Just gonna leave that there right now. I think that's what it was, because it brings our vibe down. It makes us like get lower. She says, tell me. I don't know if this is correct or if I'm just having a blip in my brain. Does the dress still have, like, could we not get everything out of it?
It has a little bit of blood on the collar.
Yeah. She says blood on it. And I was like, how do I say this? That's what she says. And I go, okay, so she knows about it. And so that again goes with like this lower thing. She says, what? Well, what? I worry your brother self-medicates.
I don't I don't know. I don't think
Okay, we're
so.
gonna
I
leave
was the one that used to smoke a lot, a
a
lot.
lot.
Stopped and I started picking up the Bible and involving myself more in the church and just, bringing that, like bringing my kids with
Light.
me, and I've let go of that and I feel great. I feel amazing. Yes.
Good, good. Yeah, she talks about, this is the only thing. She's talking about like people self-medicating, and she says we want to stay out of that. We want to stay out of that. She does worry about like the brother being in more of a lower or darker area. I don't necessarily think we're going to like nix ourselves or anything like that, but she just expresses concern again for him, but that's not your job to bring him up. You're there to support if he wants it, but he does feel very heavy. Okay. She says, what? You say, just 1 point, I just didn't care. Well, were you living? What? 17. Did you like get married or like tried to get with that guy at like 17? What was happening with that? Wow, were you that young?
18. Like I was
My
17, I turned 18, and then I got pregnant with my first child.
Yeah, really? Okay. Yeah. Oh, she's like building a story. I go, so what was her life like? Tell me about it. She goes, oh, she's talking about how like you're like, I would have to say maybe 10, 11, something like that. And she says, it wasn't but like 6 or 7 years that she was with this guy, and like the baby would have been on the way. And she goes, oh my God. But she was trying to find love. She was trying to find confidence. She like fell into the lap of this person. And I go, oh, okay. And she says it was fine in that moment, even though they were both like not in the best place, especially him. He was a big asshole to you. And she says, but I'm so glad after a while that she finally realized it. So he was like cheating on you and doing all this other bullshit behind your back while this was going on. And she's saying like, I can't believe this was happening. You felt super low and oh my God, why won't it get better? And then gradually, what? Did he end up leaving you for somebody else?
Yeah, he did.
What a fuckhead. Sorry, she goes like this. I said, did she get the gumption and leave him? And she goes, no, not really. He came in and said, I'm sleeping with this person and fuck off. And I'm like, wow. And she says, but that was her clue to go. So good. She says, Sinaloa. That's so wild. That's weird in a good way. What? I mean, not the fact that she's just telling me about your life too. Like, just, I mean, we're just having a conversation with God. What? Tell me. Well, what kind? It's not, mm, it's not Pentecostal, is it? That you're in?
Yeah.
Really? Really? Oh, I was too for a little bit. I get it. She goes like this. Oh yeah. I sang and played in an all Spanish praise and worship team that was Pentecostal. So Eres Todopoderoso was like my number one thing. But anyways, I go, so what about now? What this is odd. I love it. I go, so what about church? How is this going for her? What denomination is she in? And it was like, are we Baptist? Are we Catholic? Are we regular? Are we Church of Christ? And she goes, Pentecostal, like you. And I was like, oh, okay. And she says they're strict, no? And I was like, well, kinda. She says that, but they always get together and eat on Sunday. Apparently that's a big thing. Like everybody like cooks or something. I don't know.
Yes.
And like in the kitchen. Yeah. She says she likes the camaraderie of it. She says that, what? So you're still in California now. Did you move to Southern California?
No, I have family in Southern California, but I'm still in California in the Bay Area.
You're in the Bay Area still. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I wonder who is, do you have family like near, see, I'm not really good with California. Hold on. Okay. There must be somebody like in near LA, like near the stadium. And then there's somebody else. Like, I wonder if you have people in like San Diego. I don't know. Or like around that area. I don't know. She shows me two little blips. So what? Marietta. I don't know. I don't think you're on the coast. I don't think they're on the coast. Shows me desert. Tell me. So what? What about him? And what about her? She keeps pushing you. She keeps saying, believe, 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 believe. She wants you to believe on all of it. And like, she praises you for what you've done and what you've been through. Also, I really think that you need to use what you were in the past to really promote your future and help people as well. Okay. Like,
Okay.
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Use that leverage. Don't erase what you've been through. Use it to show people your experience and guide them. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Because that's a part of who you are. Or part of what shaped you to be this way. Tell me. So mom, what does she do now normally? Hold on. So the daughters apparently, hold on, this is hard. Did your daughter get, your daughter was sharing your car with you, right? And now your daughter has her own car?
She took over like my car. We shared a
No.
car. She has
Yeah.
it. She's in Sacramento. And she does
She
have
has it now. Okay. Oh, how odd. So I go, what about it? Tell me, what do you see? These are the things like, what does her house look like? What goes on with the family? She goes, oh, something about car. Y'all would share the car. And she says now the daughter has a car or the car. And she says that tell the daughter I ride with her too, but that mom really needs my help. You really need her help. She says that what? Ooh. I want your daughter to look into, I don't even think she's doing this. It's like, I don't even know what government science is. There's a name for that, like speaking out on the environment or speaking out on like rights or like something like that, like political science. I would like want her to, and I have no idea why. I like become an activist, be a badass, something like that, because it would be good and pure and beautiful. I don't know. We're just going to leave that there. What? So the daughter's not going to school, but she does have a job. Apparently.
She works at the UC Davis hospital. She is a what is it, sterilization technician. She preps the trays and does crash carts and all of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I go, what about her? I go, is she in college? What's happening? She says, no, she's not in college, but she does work full time. I go, good. She says that, oh, maybe she could talk about medical reform. I don't know. We'll go into that later. That's a whole nother thing. What? Oh, plays house. So she has a gentleman living with her?
Yes, she does.
Grandma doesn't like that. Grandma says, mom's like, well, I mean, me neither a little bit. Grandma goes, I go, well, what about it? I said, is she by herself? What's happening? She says, playing house. And that just means I'm living with somebody, right? But I'm not married or whatever it is. And she says, like, be careful of baby over and over again. What? They've been talking for like a year and a half.
They've been they've been together for a couple years.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I go, how stable is this? I was like, is this new or what? And she goes, no. And she talks about this year. It's gone through this. That's usually for stable, but it's weird. Are they on again, off again?
Well, I mean, when she was living here, he was in Sacramento. He went away. He was in the army.
Oh.
And he came back. And when he came back from the army, that's when she finished her schooling and moved to Sacramento because his mom hooked her up with the job that she has.
Oh, that's nice.
So like, she was like, okay, you're in.
Good. Well, that's a good job. I like it for her. I don't know. It doesn't feel permanent. And I'm not, how do you feel?
I've been praying on it because I feel like he holds her back. She has more potential. And I think that since I mean, we don't think that when they're little, they realize, but like her dad was an asshole. Like my first 2 kids I had with this man, and she picked up on everything, the fights, the
Yeah.
yelling, and me putting up with him because that was what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's, you know, hey, I learned from mom. I got to stick around and tough it out.
That's the way that I feel. That's what she's showing me.
Mhm.
So another thing she talks about is I had that with my first husband. This is my second husband. And she put on that same feeling of that. And so I don't think it's forever. I think that she would need to get into even further, like, and that's, I think, why she talked about political science, getting out there, making a difference, making a change. Like, it's not done yet, right? But the blocker is this guy, especially when she said playing house. Like, there's not like, oh my God, he's the love of your life, marry him. Like, that will come through. This is not that way. Okay. So, but I think the day will come, or it will happen naturally.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we don't need to push it there, and it will be, the timing will be perfect when it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So pray on it, but I think we also got our prayer here too. So just wait, it'll happen. She'll make it happen. Okay. What? Tell me. What? Oh, somebody about shaking a baby. Odd. Were you like pregnant with, and like there was a guy that was like, was the guy like really abusive to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
got into scuffles. We got into it when I was pregnant with both of the kids.
My God. Okay. And that's, I mean, I know how that is, especially back then. That's a whole nother thing. She talks about baby shaking around, and I was like, outside or in? And she talks about it being inside, and I'm like, oh my God. So she's talking about being around for that. But she also says that that's what made you stronger. So it was bad, but that's what also made you stronger too. Okay. I can tell you that your mom won. Angel. She keeps talking about Angel over and over again. What? Hold on. Do you have like mom's picture up in multiple places down here? Okay. Okay. She's walking around your house, and I go, what are you doing? She goes, oh, and I'm here, 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 and I'm here. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she talks about Christmas, which means like we're a big part of that as well. And she talks about how, not Feliz Navidad. What do you mean? That we're just talking about that. When is your birthday? In like a month?
It was March 12th. It just
March,
passed.
your birthday just passed. Oh, okay. She's talking about Feliz Cumpleaños. So like, happy birthday. And I'm like, when is that? She goes, it was 1. So for me, that's like 1 month, and it's like 1 week ago, because that's why it is. Oh my God. She says she was there for that. She says, tell me, did you get flowers?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. She goes like, she made me see all these flowers in my eyes. And I'm like, okay, people don't give flowers anymore. She comes up, she says, I'll take care of you. She must be, you are taller than her. You would be taller than her. Because she's coming up and giving you a hug, but she kisses you like here, like where, and so, she loves you. What? She says, you're looking good. You're looking good. She's like, at you all the time. She thinks you're looking great. She says, watch. This is my last thing. Watch your boobs. Okay. For like, just make sure we feel around. I'm not saying you're getting boob cancer or anything like that, but she goes like this. And for me, that's a symbol of, it doesn't feel like cancer, but it's like, maybe we have a cyst down the line, or maybe we have something more on like the right side, like on the bottom in the corner. I'm just going to go with that because she's been correct every other time. But make sure you just feel around. I would say in like the next year and a half, like for the year and a half. And I think all it is going to be a cyst, but like just get it checked out. That also means like maybe you don't always put yourself first. And so if you're feeling this, make sure you go and like get checked.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to be great. So mom, tell me what? She's showing me home movies in my head. She's showing me what? She's like playing with baby hands. She was so happy. She loved y'all. She loved y'all. And y'all don't have any videos of her, do you?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I go, why are you showing me a home movie? And she says, tell her that I'm making a video in my head, but they don't have any of me. And I was like, I'm so sorry. She says that, tell me. What? She just told me about the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. She doesn't watch that movie. I have no idea why. I don't even know when that movie was made. What? She's singing a song from in there. What? Tell me. I go with my daughter all the time. I'm in her heart. I'm in her heart. Oh, so the tattoos were from back then. Is that a thing?
I have my mom's portrait on my left arm.
This is my left arm.
I have her right here because I wanted her close to my heart. The picture I sent you, the picture that I have tattooed on my arm.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
She goes like this. She goes, tattoos back then. And I was like, where at? And she's like, here. It's your left arm. This is my left arm.
Close to my-
FYI. She knows. This is she's in my body. FYI. That's what's happening here. So know that she knows and she loves you. Oh my God. So for right now, because I also have to go to my next session too. Do you have questions for me? I don't. I mean, if you don't think your mom's with you, I have no idea. I don't know anymore. Like
I feel her, and it's just, I don't know. Like I've always been drawn to you. Like I deleted all my social media that I'm on TikTok, and it's like I've always just been drawn to your energy and just the the information that you relay, the messages that you relay. And I mean, I never had that. So it's like she passed away when I was 9. So it's like
I know.
all I have is what's in my memory. And it's like I thank her for making me the woman that in those 9 years she just planted that caring seed in me. And it's like I just want to give and nurture, and like I overlove on my kids. And
I know. You do a very good job. And she loves you for it. And you're going to continue to go. And I need you to continue to grow. And I need you to foster this beautiful thing that you created. And I need you to push it out. Your experience is not meant to just sit with you. Your experience is to be told and shared by others. Okay?
yeah, it was very, very amazing. I think
Anytime. You're welcome. Now go call your daughter, talk to her about it. And then if you ever need me or if you have any questions, you just email me. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you. It was beautiful meeting you.
I love you, and it was beautiful meeting you.
You're welcome. Bye, baby.